3. Hey guys, how are you? Coach Dimitri from Pure Body Type Training. You ever wonder what these things are for? You ever wonder why so many people in the world are using them? Well, if you stick around after this quick break, I'm going to teach you the 5 best reasons on why to use this and how to do so. Okay guys, this is a foam roller. Now this is almost like having a personal masseuse with you. Main reason why people love using this all around the world is I can activate muscles all throughout my body by myself. So when I'm saving time and energy of having to go see a massage therapist or physiotherapist, but there's 5 primary reasons why this is effective. 1, you're going to relieve tight muscles. When we exercise, muscles contract, they get tighter, they get into knots, and using a foam roller is used for self-myofascial release to relieve those tight muscles that you can't really angle or hit by yourself. Number 2, it reduces D.O.M.S. D.O.M.S stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So if I work my chest today, the next day I'm going to have lactic acid buildup, I'm going to be sore. When I'm stretching my arms out, I'm going to feel that tightness in my chest. If I'm using a foam roller, I can relieve or remove that lactic acid from the muscle into the waste byproducts of the body. Number 3, it reduces inflammation. We all know that when we train, the body gets inflammation from different areas, whether you've exhausted yourself too hard, too low. This helps reduce the level of inflammation because we're removing all those lactic acid and all those other antibodies from the body. Most importantly, we're going to increase range of motion in the joint. If I'm going to be foam rolling my hips and my glutes before I do a squat exercise, it's going to give me range of motion that's going to be increased before I actually do the movement, which cannot be accomplished by doing jogging or jumping jacks. And lastly, most importantly, using a foam roller helps you prime your muscles. All the small, tiny muscle fibers within the larger ones need to be primed. So for example, if I'm going to be foam rolling my lower body and then going to a squat, when I'm in my lowest position and I want to activate all those muscles as I come up by using the foam roller, I can really get into deep tissue massage and do so. Okay, so let's begin. So first and foremost, when you're using the foam roller, you want to remind yourself that you can use it before the workout, which is what most people do, or if you're tight at the end of the workout. I like using it before the workout. I do a 2 to 3 minute intense warm up and then I get going. So things you want to remember, you always go from lower body up. We're going to go calves, quads, hamstrings, glutes, chest, back, shoulders and neck when we're completed. What you want to do for the calves is go right in the middle part of your calf where you have that nice big meat of the gastrocnemius. You're going to simply move forward and back. And you're also going to alternate by changing the angles of your foot. You always want to rotate internally and then externally. Once you hit an area of the calf that feels really sore, sit there and really press into the calf muscle, or just sit and push down to really relieve that knotted area, okay? I like doing 6 to 8 repetitions of each area, okay? So we'll do that for both calves, forward and back. If I want to flex my calf as I do it, I can activate different muscles. If I want to extend my front foot in a dorsiflexion manner, I can go left and right. And again, I'm pressing into the calf. Next thing you want to work on is hamstrings. We want to go to the bottom part where the hamstring and glutes tie together. We're going to roll forward and back. Now for some of you, if you can't support your own weight on the ground, it may be a little bit harder, but you want to use the floor to hold up. Go right to the bottom of the glute and then come right back in. As I go in, I'm going to turn my hip internally for 2 repetitions and then externally turn it to really hit all areas of the hamstring. Okay, and again, if you have a knot, sit there. I can press both legs on it for more load or to make it harder. You can also use different foam rollers that have spikes on them or that they have different rumbles. The rumble roller is a little bit harder for the more advanced athlete. Okay, I'm going forward and back. I'm going to just as much range of motion as possible. You will feel this in the shoulders as well. Okay, next we're going to go to glutes. Glutes, in my eyes, is the most important one because they're used constantly. So for the beginner, go on a side angle. You're going to slowly come down to hit the lower part of the glute and then slowly roll back up. Coming down, sit there. You're going to feel, you will feel pain when you do this. If it's painful, that's okay because you're removing all those knots from the muscles that are tight and the lactic acid buildup. Now, to go a little bit more advanced, get a bonus point, flip your leg over, come right back down, and then push out. This stretches the muscle more, activates and recruits more muscle fibers. And as I sit there, I can sit and just do some small rotations in that area too, okay? Switch sides, go to the other glute. Same thing applies, both feet flat, roll down. Some people will find 100% effectiveness just by doing it with this angle, which is fine. I like going one over, coming down, rolling up. And again, foam rolling should not take you more than 5 minutes to do. It's not a full exercise, but I can feel this glute is much more tight than the other one. So I'm gonna sit there and really get in there, okay? So calves, hamstrings, glutes. We're gonna go to quadriceps. I'm gonna put this mat down here. So if I'm gonna be working my right quad, I'm gonna drop down on the foam roller. My left foot's gonna be bent. My right foot is straight. This is the one where you'll go all the way down. You're gonna use your forearms as a saw to pull up and down. Same thing applies with my foot. I'm gonna internally rotate and I'm gonna turn my hip as well to go down the IT bend. Okay, I can even turn my body in this fashion if I need to really put pressure on the side of my quadricep. Then I'm gonna turn internally, okay, get a little bit lower, come right back up to the medial side of the quadriceps, right in there. We're gonna switch sides. This should not take long, guys. I'm gonna go foot straight. Once you get into the hang of it and you start using the foam roller, it'll become routine and you'll get so used to it that if you don't use it, you'll say something's missing from the workout. So I'm going internal, I'm gonna turn my body, I'm gonna slide out. It'll also help you warm up your upper body muscles because you're holding your body weight and then internally as well. Right down and stretch it up. Okay, again, 6 to 8 repetitions. If you feel tight, sit there, give it some small rotations back and forth, and then stretch it out. Okay, next we're gonna go to lats. Now lats are the ones that hurt the most. We're gonna go down on our side for lats, foam rolling. You typically wanna sit in this position. I like grabbing foam rollers I can have a handle on, and I'm gonna slowly rotate the foam roller back and forward, and I'm gonna use my hips to drop and move down lower. And you can feel that tightness. From this position, I'm gonna sit there. I can turn my body back and forward if I need to, or I can roll my hips up and put more weight right into the foam roller. You'll notice that the higher you go up, ooh, feel that. And again, sitting in this position just like that is gonna give me a lot of activity. If I turn and face the other way, same thing, I'm coming down to the lat. Lat are big muscles that attach in the lower part of the rib cage all the way up to the trapezius. And you want to make sure that as you roll forward, you just sit and hold. 1, 2, 3, again. You can even flex the muscle if I want to. Get a lot more activation. And you'll notice that if you do this before a back workout, you have much, much better chances of getting a lot more pump into the blood, into the body part. Next to your chest, I'm just gonna turn sideways and I'm gonna have it on an angle. I'm gonna drop down on my chest. And for this area, both hands are on the floor, one hand is bent. I'm gonna go forward and then back. Put my body into it, forward and back. You'll notice that just by sitting in this area, it'll stretch out the chest. And I'm actually gonna work on increasing that range of motion because a lot of people that have tight shoulders have poor posture. Okay, you can also do this one on the wall if it's too hard for you to do on the floor. Okay, rolling forward and then back. Forward and then back. Last but not least is the back. You've seen so many people do this exercise with their backs. It's like having a massage therapist there. So I like going knees bent, and the first part I do is I get my lower lumbars really deep in there. I just go back and forth. I want to get pressure in the lower back. Now, when you're doing anything else for the low back, remember your hips are going to be your guiding reference point. If I lift my hips up, I scroll down, I can feel it there, lifts up and drop down. Okay, so the more the hips move, the easier it is, especially for a beginner. Now, as you get more advanced, we can go hips up and keep them up. We're going to roll from the mid spine all the way to the low spine. Toes are up, heels to the ground, and I'm basically going to roll out that back. I can either stay to the lower back if I want to. I can do repetitions just to the lower. I can go all the way down and right to my neck and have arms straight out. Feels so good. I can cross my arms if I really want to get a little bit more activation in the other areas of my back. And I can turn my body to the side if I want to, and I can actually hit different areas of my lats. Okay? Now the last part you want to do, which is the best part, you want to keep your head back tight, and you want to go left and right. This is the cream of the crop. For those of you who have tight muscles in your neck, for those of you who suffer from migraines, this is the best thing you can do, especially if you got a foam roller with spikes on it. If you want to make it harder, lift your hips up and just sit there and just turn to the right and to the left. And you'll feel that. Feels great. So guys, there you have it. Really, really easy warm up using a foam roller. I suggest you use the foam roller before your workout. Remember, you can't warm up cold muscles. So do a light form of jogging, do some form of skipping, get the body rate, heart rate up. Once your body is warm, then you can use the foam roller. We're gonna go through calves, quads, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, chest back, and neck. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with any friends and family. And remember, when it comes to health and fitness, attitude is everything.